Differentiate y equals the square root of x plus x squared divided by the square root of x minus 1. This is the quotient of two functions. I have a function f of x, which I'll call the square root of x plus x squared. And I have a function g of x, which I will call the square root of x minus 1. So you see we have f of x divided by g of x. And since it's a quotient, I have to use the quotient rule. If I have a function f divided by a function g and I want to find its derivative, then I have to use this somewhat complicated formula, g f prime minus f g prime all over g squared. And how can you remember this? Well, if you think of this as high over low, the function on top and the function on the bottom, high over low, and I want to take the derivative, then you can think of this as low d high, the d is the derivative, minus high d low. So when I say d high and d low, I mean the derivatives of those things, all over low squared. And that's just a nice way to remember it, low d high minus high d low. So let's take the derivative. So I have y prime equals, first I have to take g by itself. So that would be the square root of x minus 1. Then I have to multiply that by the derivative of f. So the square root of x, that's really x to the 1/2 power. Remember, square root of x is the same thing as x to the 1/2. So that would be 1/2 x to the negative 1/2, according to our derivative rules, plus 2x. Minus, and now I have f by itself, so that's the square root of x plus x squared, times the derivative of g. So again, I have a square root of x, so that's going to be 1/2 x to the negative 1/2, and the derivative of this minus 1 here is 0. And all of that is going to be over low squared, so that's g squared, the square root of x minus 1 squared. And if you wanted to, you could go through, multiply a bunch of stuff out here, see if anything simplifies, but I'm just going to leave it like that. That's the derivative.